Hello there, my name is Brizzy.
And I'm Simon.
And we have our special guest back with us again.
I'm Maria.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Elle.
And we're going to be continuing with...
Doki Doki Literature Club.
So last episode we met all the girls, and now we're going to continue reading poems with them.
We'll start.
We'll start reading poems with them.
I read that one.
Oh, okay.
The last one. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Talking about the gift that she was going to give him.
Whatever gift it was.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. I won't make it a big deal.
Alright. Well, here.
Is it her titties?
She reaches into her bag and pulls
I
out
thought she just suddenly pressed her chest out. Was it her titties?
Yeah.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy.
He literally only said that he reads manga.
Yes, so she found a book for him.
It's a short read. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
But this is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. At night.
Definitely.
At night, when the lights are off in my room, as I smell it.
In the dark?
Read it.
Yeah.
I enthusiastically take the book.
Hurrah!
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
It was so good. I just certainly read it.
I loved the beginning and the way it ended and all that middle stuff.
I like how it had those 5 points that class said that stories are supposed to have. The beginning, I forget most of them. The climax and the resolution. Mm-hmm. Now that everybody's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner.
That's what it sounds like.
Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. I can't read either. Don't worry, Sydney. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. You do that thing where you awkwardly try to look away really quick, like you weren't staring at her.
Like when you're driving and then you look over at the next person and they look over, you're like, I just was looking out my passenger window.
Yeah. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book.
Yeah, gone.
Sorry. I was just spacing out. Totally wasn't watching. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go.
I'm not clicking next until everyone sings with me. Can't hold it back anymore. Alright, good enough.
I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Look how cute she is.
About murder. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Murder. Murder.
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the
She
back.
hasn't read it.
The book is titled Portrait of Markov.
What if that's a real book?
Google it. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol in the front of the cover.
Is it Olaf or whatever? Uncle Olaf, whatever. From Series of Misfortune Events.
Your joke fell flat. You can let it go.
Apparently I have enough free space in my OneDrive. Get out of here.
Alright.
Go away.
I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
I was already thinking that too.
What?
Maximum ride.
Yeah, maximum ride. Every single sentence.
Except for moves in with long lost younger sister.
Yeah. Well, she found the okay, never mind. Don't spoil.
That's kind of...
Maximum ride.
It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
That's what we call foreshadowing.
Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Sydney?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in.
It's all foreshadowing, guys.
Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. When I lose interest, then you better apologize.
My eyes are gonna graze down slowly.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
That's...
The characteristics of a good boy.
especially the letting me stop you part.
Yeah.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What were you saying? Just a minute ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into Yuri's lap.
You don't mind, right?
Slipped into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Seem a little apprehensive. He knows big words for not being a reader.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just let me know if I end up distracting you or anything.
You're just making up your own words.
What?
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue.
It's pronounced Palogi.
That's not even close to how it's spelled. Do you think it's baloney?
It's prologue.
I soon understand that Erie means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Having the feeling of someone
Just-
reading over your shoulder is not comforting.
While you read.
Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I kind of just gotta rub around. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
So sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean,
Her eyes disappeared. What the fuck just happened?
She's real
They
sorry.
revert back when she gets embarrassed.
Just suck into her skull.
Augustus. Ha ha ha.
Here, this should work, right? What?
Thanks.
Stop petting me.
Excuse me.
I slide my disc until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. We weren't reading it anyway. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching.
Hot.
Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn a page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds it to the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger.
So this is what reading is.
Oh. Her ear seems misplaced to me.
I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book.
Look, we can see our hand.
I was gonna say, that's not your arm, that's your hand. If your arm was there, you'd kind of be holding the book.
Wow,
down.
you're so smart, Ash.
That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like that, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
She's so uncomfortable. She's like holding her tits away from you.
It's like, no.
Are you ready
Huh? Eh?
Eh?
to turn the page?
Ah, sorry, I was watching your tits and not even reading. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
Fucking mind reader.
No.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer.
Damn, she insulted my intelligence.
It's probably the least I can do,
Just read it to me.
since you've been so patient with me.
I'm illiterate. Just read it to me.
Once upon a time.
Put your head on her lap, like, 'cause she can.
Yeah. Or on her titty.
Yeah, just the titty. You got some nice pillows. Let's just read to me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm... What?
Asks me if I'm ready
Whatever. To turn the
to
page.
turn the page.
You got it. So you got it. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange.
You know how reading is.
Yeah. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it.
This is probably the most overthought reading of a book ever.
I know.
Like, oh, she's super in love with me.
Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but do you feel like the page is fluttering from my side to your side?
Is the connection kind of erotic?
The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You
Oh god.
you think so?
Yeah, I got huge chesties. It says right
Yeah.
here.
How does she?
Well, the author described the huge titties as she breasted breastily down the stairs.
She's got huge trucks of land.
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. Like she rolls the blunt.
Yeah.
But she
Smoke
also
weed every day.
but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does.
Okay, I
But
gotta.
indecisive shit like you.
There was a post that I saw on Tumblr once where the person was like, sometimes my dog gets really, really excited, and like all I do is just go with it. Hey, 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 until they're like really tensed up, and I go, smoke weed every day. And they just, I don't know what they think it means, but they just go nuts.
You do that to Fenris.
I do. I go, hey, smoke weed every day.
Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, and Maria's stroking my hair, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
Wait for the 2 hours we've been in each other's company.
If that.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment. We've pulled back.
Yes.
She doesn't want to be that close to me anymore.
Scooch and scooch.
But Sydney, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, it's so embarrassing that you think that.
I'm sorry, I meant the tits. The tits
Yeah.
reminded me.
Oh, okay.
Did I say Yuri? I meant Natsuki.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort
The
of
way
thing.
that you are just like scared of everything and don't want to. Yeah, you're not self-conscious about that.
I guess I more meant it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
That you're hot.
Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Fuck!
Sure, it's heavy.
Good thing it's a short story, goddamn!
She's
Alright.
Shit.
I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
You're never
This is
gonna
why
remember.
they...
Bookmark.
Yeah, a bookmark.
You don't think anyone in a literature club might have an extra bookmark?
Dog-ear the page.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
No, I said fuck no. Yeah, totally. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've only really done this since I had never really done this before.
I've only really done this before.
How have you not had to write poems for class and shit?
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait.
I never said it was you. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook.
It's a classy witch.
I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first?
You pick, Ash.
Someone else pick.
You pick, Elle.
No.
You pick, Maria.
Nose goes!
Monica?
Yeah?
I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Hi, Sydney. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or think you can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay?
Bikini Tuesday. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Jesus.
It's just the fireworks, I think. Alex,
Fenris.
you can cut all this out, right?
Yeah, come here. Come here.
loner. I didn't even hear it.
No, but they sure can.
Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Sydney. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But isn't that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon?
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Sydney. I was going ooh in my head while reading it.
Did you even read it? I literally just handed it to you.
It was flash reading. She's really quick. She's in the literature club.
You just like hand it to her and she's like,
Click, done.
It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
I'm not commenting on that. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
What?
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
That was me.
I'm sorry. Don't worry about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
Her way of saying, you do you, boo.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. With a lot of different girls, a lot of different times.
A lot of poetry.
Maybe in that closet.
I mean, if
I'm
you
gonna
would
do
like
some
to join
poetry
me.
back there.
It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing that.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. Like me.
Okay, let's go.
That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. It's gonna take me 5 years, but give me a minute.
Should I read it or?
Yeah, you can do it since you're her voice.
Okay. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know if I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into eternity. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
Loud ass dog slurping in the background. Click outside for Mary to continue.
Let's give her a moment. She's a thirsty girl.
Yeah.
Like Suki's literally laying down to drink.
German shepherds lay down to drink and eat. I don't know why. Okay.
You good? You
Got
good,
it all
Soups?
over her paws.
She's gross.
She is gross.
So, what do you think?
It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines.
Worms.
Yes, there's worms. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Oh, in my
A
wall.
hole in my wall. Someone was watching me.
Glory hole.
I I'm not sure if I know how to put it.
The glory hole.
I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been kind of influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway,
Meaning, play the game some more.
here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep a pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Natsuki.
Sydney, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Did she even know me?
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
I love that poem a lot, actually.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem.
Mine's the best, of course.
I don't know
what a poem is!
Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. 12-year-olds are full of surprise.
Yeah.
I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
I'll do story.
This is a good poem, Sydney. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. I don't write this pansy shit. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I don't know. We don't have any character development in me.
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Sydney. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. I'm here for the titty.
Clearly.
Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, because she do also have the titty.
At least.
I mean, like, hers is the negative A's.
No.
Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay?
How?
That will be my way of thanking you.
Giving you a little side boob every once in a while.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Especially that side boob part. Don't think I missed it.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
They all say they're bad and there's like, mine's the best.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. I was pretty terrible.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Sayori, you're thinking with your stomach again. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Rushed and done in the morning. Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Like you dumb little fuck.
Even though you were late to school, so you ran out with the toast in your mouth?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. You already did it. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. I guess.
Right.
All right, and before we jump into Yuri, that does bring us to the end of this episode. But thank you guys all for joining for another episode of Doga Doga Literature Club. If you like it, make sure you go ahead and subscribe so that as we put out new pieces of it, you can be the first to see them.
If you like the
Or
video,
second or third or like 15th.
Only first.
Only Monica.
you get the video when it's at 0 views. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video and check out the link to the coffee below.
Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Coffee.
Yeah.
How come YouTubers know what music is playing?
Because they have headphones.
Yeah, we didn't bring the splitter.
And even then it
And-
only splits in two.
Okay.
Well,
I
but
guess
if we
it's
had
not that
each brought
important
in
at
like
this
one
point.
that had one ear and had the splitter,
Just say
everyone.
Broughton.
Yeah.
But then that's only 4 years.
Yeah, well, Brett doesn't need
The
to hear
mood
it.
is going to
Fuck
be
her.
pretty